Friday, May 17th. We're in a peculiar patch. One of the things that tends not to happen very often is for nothing to happen. The 10-year Treasury note defines mortgage rates. We go where it goes. The 10-year T-note spent this week either 2.39, 2.40, or 2.41. That was the deal. And it really wasn't very different last week. And so what's something, you scour the horizon trying to figure out why is something weird happening. Stock market found a bottom. Stock market actually had a fair week. Fed's not going to ease. There's no evident crack in the economy. The 10-year at 240 is right in the middle of the Fed's range for the overnight cost of money. The 10-year can't go lower unless the Fed's going to go lower, and we have no information about that. The Fed's not going to go lower unless the economy visibly does something cracking. Ain't happening. It's a big world out there with a lot of news in it, and certainly some trading since the 1st of May we could take in real time to news about all the prospects of going to war with Iran. White House leaks pretty much take that one off the table for the time being anyway. North Korea had a little flurry of missiles, and we seized a coal smuggler, but that was last week, wasn't this week. So what's the deal? And really all that it leaves is the whole China tariffs thing. And we have so many incipient trade wars going on in so many different places that news this afternoon that we've removed steel and aluminum tariffs from Canada and Mexico. I think I have that right. Didn't do anything to markets. Didn't pay any attention. This is hunch work. The United States trade team is one of the best teams of anything that the United States has ever put on the field. The lead trade negotiator is a man named Robert Lighthizer, who until appointed by Trump in 2017 was a laughingstock. And the guy's positions on trade are the kind of things that made the Great Depression great. His sidekick, Wilbur Ross, the head of the Commerce Department, is 81 years old, a TV personality, and heavily accused of being a flim-flam man. And the Treasury Secretary, Mnuchin, is ex-Goldman, a capable deal guy, but has never worked in the public sector before, and he doesn't look as though, I mean, he looks as though he's going out for coffee, not asking somebody else to. So as the news about the developments with China this week come out about did the Chinese really try to renegotiate a deal that was done? It actually looks like it. But given the trade team on our side, how reliable were their perceptions of actually having a deal? I mean, those of us who work in things like sales and real estate deals, I mean, every day there's somebody who thinks that they have a deal, but they're actually a million miles away from it. It's distressing to watch a U.S. negotiating team so visibly inferior to their Chinese counterparts. The Chinese know everything about us, how we make decisions, who the players are, and we know practically nothing about what goes on behind their facade. So anyhow, worry over the China thing and where it goes, and tariffs. That's what's holding us down. But it's still odd. This sounds ridiculous, but markets which have come down a long way, which interest rates have done since November, in order to go farther down, have to go farther down. If they come down and then just sort of plateau out, they go back up. And I think we're at some risk of that in the next little while, that if we're not going lower, we're going to go back up a little bit, but not a lot. The housing data this week, just fine. Most places it's fine. Markets that were overheated are cooling off a little bit, and really it's terrible to think that markets aren't doing anything because there's good news. Have a nice weekend.